here.
Why did you let them stop us?
I can't drive horses and shoot skunks at the same time, lady.
Why wasn't the guard riding with us?
He laid over in Chantry Flat, dead drunk with the 6-day shakes.
Take up that brush, Erwin.
You leave her alone.
I said take it out!
You take your hands off her.
I might have known you didn't show me.
She's dead, miss.
From out of the West, Dick Powell's Zane Grey Theater.
The stagecoach was more than just a means of transportation in the early West. It usually carried large sums of money and was in constant danger from stage robbers and road agents. At first, gold was carried in a box, somewhat like this. It was made out of leather, and it was so flimsy that even a woman could open it. In fact, one did, a female bandit named Pearl Hart. She left a little note here. I got a great urge to get her. Money boxes are made of leather. I just can't help the way I feel. Why don't you make them boxes out of steel? Well, they listened to Pearl after a fashion and came up with this iron strong box. It was too hard to open and too heavy to carry. But where there's a will, there's a way. And in 1869, a road agent named Will Way solved the problem. He made the passengers get out and walk and drove off with the whole stagecoach. The authorities were rather upset about that, so they built a stagecoach and lined it with steel, completely bulletproof, had portholes in it for the guards, absolutely impregnable. On the first day out, it was dynamited and $70,000 was taken. Oh, well, life on the wicked stage. In the story we've chosen for you this week, Episode in Darkness, a stagecoach robbery changes the course of a woman's life.
Anything new on the stagecoach holdup, Kelsey?
A few things. One who's got the money won't be able to spend it just yet.
Oh? Why not?
I just found out the serial numbers in that bank shipment were all registered. Every one of those bills could be traced.
You should have known that from the start. I mean, you are the deputy, ain't you?
Sheriff Cutler don't tell me everything.
What about the jewelry and the other things?
Men will probably split that 50-50 later on when it cools off.
Anybody describe the holdup man?
Said one's about my height. Didn't see his face, though.
What about the other one?
Yeah, he could have been your twin, Fletcher. You're gonna hang real high if they catch him. Holdup's one thing, but shooting an old lady, that'll work a town up real fast.
They're both in it, just as deep. If I was those men, I'd be hitching to get away somewheres and spend that money.
Don't pay to be itchy. Man can't scratch with a rope around his neck. This town ain't gonna rest easy till somebody's neck stretches.
Evening, man.
Evening. Hi.
Got a room with a tub in it?
Sorry, only got one room left, no tub. That's $2 a night in advance.
Fine. If I was a dirt farmer, I'd have me enough soil here for planting. Sure could use a bath.
Ethan Boyan.
You're a stranger in Pembroke, ain't you?
Just passing through to Wichita.
Fletcher, why not fix the man up with a room and bath in the annex?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the annex.
Where is that?
Right next door. We'll show you where.
I'll take you back.
I sure could use a good night's sleep. How far is it from here to Wichita?
Oh, it's about 110 miles in crow flying.
There's the Crow. She hadn't done much flying lately.
Right this way, Mr. Banyan. It's right up here, Mr. Banyan. What do you got in mind, Roy?
Get the money.
Must be $600-700 here.
We'll split it.
2 jobs in one day? Ain't that kind of pushing the odds a little bit?
Yeah, this stuff ain't got the telltale serial numbers on it. And you just stuff his pockets with the kind that has.
Roy, you got brains you ain't even used yet. How'd you think of making him the pigeon?
Well, he's about your build, same color hair. Stretch your rope as far as you can. And do what you got to. I'll go get the sheriff.
Yeah.
Joe, looks like we got a red-hot suspect.
The serial numbers check out all right, but there's over 4,000 missing.
Probably buried the rest of it.
Just might find himself buried along with it. You laced him pretty good, Roy. Maybe you better go bring Doc Wade over to patch him up.
Doctor is always this late?
Yeah, he's treating that blind girl. She was shook up kind of bad. And round up those other passengers to identify.
Drink this, miss. It will settle your nerves.
I don't need it, thank you. I think you're a yellow coward, Mr. Walcott.
You got a right to your opinion, Miss Rutledge.
Why didn't you fire on those men before they killed my aunt?
Company rules, ma'am. Offer no resistance that might endanger passengers. Sorry about the old lady.
She was not just an old lady. She was my only kin. She was my eyes.
I'll need some information for my report, ma'am. How much money did you lose?
All I had, $500. My chance to see again.
See again?
Yes. That money was for an operation in Wichita. Dr. Wood was going to stop there on his way back to New York. He's a specialist.
Yes, I've heard of him. Who suggested that you see him?
Dr. Corby in Willow Springs. Glaucoma, he called it. But he said there was a chance I'd get my sight back.
I imagine you place a great deal of faith in Dr. Corby.
He gave me something to live for. None of the other doctors did.
Perhaps the others felt the glaucoma didn't offer much hope for optimism.
Do you think Dr. Corby was wrong?
If he suggested surgery, I'm sure he thought there was every chance of success.
But you don't, do you?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You shook your head. I heard this chain tapping against your cheek.
You heard that faint sound?
Yes, I heard it. You think Dr. Corby lied to me?
Perhaps he told you only what you wanted to hear. I was tempted to do the same thing myself. I could be wrong, of course, and I hope I am.
But it isn't very likely, is it? It isn't very likely that all the doctors could be wrong but Dr. Corby. Thank you very much for what you've done for me.
They've got the man that killed your aunt, ma'am.
Where is he?
The sheriff's office.
Take me to him.
He'll need patching up, Doc.
You must be running for re-election, Sheriff, and hard put for votes.
What'd you say is one of them?
You never saw me before in your life, and you know it.
It's him, all right. Same size, same eyes, same hair.
I could tell better if I saw how he walks.
Get up, Mork. I said get up.
It's him, Sheriff. Moves like a cat. I'd know him anywhere.
He's a jumpy kind, too. Shoots without thinking.
You got me dead to rights, old man. Why, I killed 4 men one night in Denver, and you're gonna be next. After you.
You won't be needing us again, will you, Sheriff?
Yes, I will. Don't leave town till after the hearing.
You're sure ready to railroad a man for something he didn't do.
You heard him identify you.
I was nowhere near that holdup.
And where'd you get that $700 you had in your pocket?
That was money to buy cattle. And it wasn't new money when I had it.
That's a lie. That money was stolen, you know it.
Let him go!
All right, Sheriff, why don't you shoot me down and make everybody happy?
Let him go, I said. Get in there, Sam. Get in.
You're making a big mistake, Sheriff. I just hope you find out before it's too late for both of us.
How's the prisoner?
You got better in a hurry, Doc. He won't need you now. Fletcher does, I'm afraid.
That's true. Now, let's get over to my office, Joe.
Ma'am, this is no place for a woman. You shouldn't have brought her over here, Kelsey.
I want to see the prisoner.
Well, sure, ma'am. Right over this way. He's a rough one. Name's Ethan Boyan. I'll be right here, miss.
Mr. Boyan,
Yes?
I hope you take a long time to die.
That makes us friends right from the start, Belle.
Why did you call me Belle?
Well, it's the only name I ever knew you by. Denver Belle. I saw you dance at the Palace. Oh, maybe 3 years back.
That's all over.
You know, I used to go there every chance I got just to watch you.
Denver Belle is dead. She'll never dance again. Dr. Wade and I just settled that.
I never thought I'd get a chance to see you this close. Why, you're as beautiful as ever.
And you're as ugly as the cold-blooded murder you committed.
Well, now, you're mighty sure I'm the man.
Everybody is.
I'm talking about you. How do you know I'm the one?
That's a pretty low blow. Even for you.
I only meant one thing. I just don't figure you're the kind to take somebody else's word for anything.
Blindness changes a lot of things.
Only if you let it. Maybe you thought so much about what you lost that you clean forgot how much you got left.
Mr. Boyan, the only thing I have left is the house I live in, and that's falling apart. You preach a very good sermon. But have you ever lost anything you really thought was important?
Well, I'm about to.
Now, what could be important to a man like you?
My life? Oh, I know it's not worth much as lives go, but I've grown kind of used to it.
Well, you should have thought of that when you killed my aunt.
Look, Belle, I've been many things in my time, and I've done some things I've been sorry for. But I've never been a thief, and I've never been a killer. Maybe there's no way I can convince the court, but I want you to believe me. I didn't kill your aunt.
Miss Rutledge, hadn't you better get a little rest?
Hearing set for 9 a.m.
You want my testimony?
Well, no, ma'am. You weren't exactly a witness.
We just want the judge to know how alone you'll be without your aunt.
You don't miss a trick, do you, Kelsey? You're mighty anxious to see me swing.
I sure enough am.
Mr. Cutler, I'd like to send a telegram to a doctor in Wichita. Mr. Boyan, what time is it?
How did you know I had a watch?
I can hear it ticking.
It's 10:30.
Would you arrange to have someone take me to the telegraph office and then to my hotel?
Yes, ma'am. Roy, see to Miss Rutledge.
Good night, Belle.
Good night.
Whose side do you want, anyway?
My aunt was murdered, Mr. Kelsey. I'm on her side.
Mr. Morgan, you just be mighty sure of your testimony, every part of it.
Your Honor, I can't even think with him hanging over me like this.
Take your seat, Banyan. I won't have you intimidating the witness.
Your Honor, I got a pretty fair stake in this hearing. I figured to protect it.
Take your seat. You'll get your chance.
All right.
Mr. Morgan, would you say that the defendant resembles the killer that shot down Miss Creighton in cold blood?
Yes, sir. He sure looks like the man.
Your Honor, I have another question.
Very well.
Mr. Morgan, you admit you didn't see the face of the killer, only his eyes.
Yes, and with the same color as yours.
Mm-hmm. Were you wearing your glasses at the time?
No, they were in my pocket.
Tell me, what color are the judge's eyes? Without your glasses.
Answer the question, Mr. Morgan.
I'd say they're blue.
Blue. What color are they, Your Honor?
Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
You may step down.
You don't give up easily, do you?
Self-preservation is a mighty powerful instinct.
Gurney Walcott, take the stand, please.
No, I didn't notice his eyes, just his voice. I'd say it was the same as Banyan's.
I go along with Walcott. That voice was Banyan's, all right. No question about it.
Isabelle Rutledge, take the stand, please.
What she witnessed to, she never saw anything.
Miss Rutledge, you heard the voices of the bandits during the holdup?
Of course.
Would you say that my voice is the voice of the man that killed your aunt?
I understand that the bandits were masked. I'd like to hear your voice through a scarf or a bandana.
Very well. What would you like to hear me say?
Say, take off that brooch. I want it. And say it just like that, please.
Take off that brooch. I want it. Well, Miss Rutledge?
No. That's not the voice I heard.
Miss Rutledge, 3 others testified that it was Banyan's voice. On what do you base your conviction?
On my sense of hearing. Just like the others.
Well, it's still 3 against 1.
Your Honor, not everybody hears equally well. Let me prove that to you. I'd like for you to take some coins out of your pocket and just drop them on your desk.
This is a court of law. We have no time for nonsense.
Oh, I don't think this is nonsense, Your Honor. Just drop the coins. How many coins did you hear drop, Mr. Morgan?
I'd say 4.
4. How about you, Mr. Taylor?
Like Morgan. 4.
Mr. Walcott, how many coins did you hear drop?
Like the others, 4.
Now, ma'am, the other witnesses all heard 4 coins drop. How many did you hear?
I heard 5. 3 heavy ones and 2 lighter ones.
Do you think you could identify them?
There were 3 half-dollars and 2 quarters.
5 coins. 3 half-dollars
$2.
Bless you, Belle. Your Honor, since none of the witnesses saw the face of the killer, not even those blessed with sight, would seem to me this whole case and my life hinges on what they heard, not what they saw.
It would seem so.
Then it's Miss Rutledge's sense of hearing against the others. You heard my watch ticking last night. You made a remark about it.
Yes?
Do you think you could pick that watch out from some others just by the sound of its tick?
I'm sure I could.
Sheriff, would you get me some other watches, please?
Johnny? Doc? Might as well take yours.
Just hold it for me. Now, this watch, is this mine?
No.
You tell me when you come to mine. How about this?
No. That watch. Your Honor, may I touch it?
But that's no test of your hearing.
Please, it's very important. May I feel it?
Very well. Well, Miss Rutledge?
This watch belonged to my father. I carried it in the purse that was stolen yesterday in the holdup.
Well, Fletcher?
Why, there's dozens of watches like that in these parts.
Your Honor, if you'll press the stem of the watch and open the face, you'll see there is no crystal.
You're right. There's no crystal.
I had the crystal removed so I could tell the time by touching the hands.
You better ask him how he come by that watch, Sheriff.
Kelsey was in on it, too. He knew when the currency shipment was coming in. He planned the whole thing. Don't anybody move. Put up your hands, Cutler. Don't anybody try to follow me.
Mr. Banyan.
Everything's all right now, Belle.
And you're not hurt?
No, ma'am. But I could have been. This whole town was ready to hang me.
I know.
You know, it's a funny thing. You saw things clearer than anybody else. I'm mighty beholden to you, Belle.
No. I'm the one that's beholden.
You?
Sometimes blindness goes beyond the eyes. You started me thinking. Ethan, it's not what I lost, but what I have left that matters.
We can talk about that on our way to Wichita.
I won't be going to Wichita.
Well, if it's the money you're worried about, you'll get that back, I'm sure.
I'll have lots of uses for it in Willow Springs.
Well, maybe on my way back I can stop by your place. I'll help you fix up that house you live in. I'm pretty handy with tools.
You've already fixed up the house I live in, Ethan.